Good morning, my dear students. How are you today? In this lesson, we are going to study Unit 10, Lesson 8. Please open your students book, page number 83. Students book, page number 83. This is the last lesson for students book. Here, we are going to learn how to read an informal letter, and then we are going to practice writing an informal letter. As you can see in the picture here, you can see someone is or a man is staying in a hospital. Maybe he's got an accident or all right. So he's staying in a hospital. He's he has a broken leg, I think, and he's sitting on a wheelchair, right? That's what we are going to do today. We are going to read a letter and then analyze this letter. The educational value for this month, it's time management. We should organize our time. We shouldn't waste our time. We should think about things which are important. Now, here the first exercise is a warming up. We are revising what? We are revising the phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs, a verb plus a preposition. These verbs are related to traveling. Checked, took, dropped, sit, turned, begged, touched. You are going to read this story. Read this story and fill in with one of these verbs. Pay attention to the preposition which is in red color. Let's start with Ahmed Karam. Yes, Ahmed Karam.
We dropped out for the airport at
Number one.
7.
Number one. We dropped out. Where is out here?
We dropped off.
We dropped off. Yes, we dropped off. We set off. First, you start the journey, Ahmed. First you start the journey. You begin the journey. So we don't say we dropped off for the airport. No, we started. We started the journey. It means we set off for the airport at 7:30 in the morning. Thank you. Yes, Omar Hamdi. Two.
As soon as we got to the airport, we checked in.
We checked in. Good. We checked in. Thank you, Omar. Shadi. Three.
After 45 minutes,
Our plane.
our plan take off. Our plane
Take
take
off.
off.
What's the past? What's the past for take?
Took.
Talk off. Yes. Plane, not plan. Okay, Shadi, thank you. Plane. Our plane took off. Thank you. الورداني. The four.
We touched down on time.
Very good. Thank you, Ahmed. Yes, Khalid Walid. Number five.
Unfortunately, Nobi has
Nobody.
Noba has set up
No. No. Thank
turned
you.
up, picked up.
Turn up. Yes, turn it up. Turn it up, not bigged up.
Okay,
Nobody had turned up. Turned up means arrived. Nobody had arrived to meet us at Madrid airport. Thank you. Yes, Salim Nabil. Number six.
So we called the taxi. 10 minutes later, the taxi picked us up.
Bigged us up. Very good. Last one, Hani. Number seven. Yes, Hani. You are still sleeping. Muhammad Hada. Yes, number seven. Muhammad Hamouda. Luay. Yes, number seven.
He drove us into the city and dropped us off right outside the hotel.
Dropped us off. Thank you, Luay. Very good. Okay, now let's learn some of the new words today. The first question here, what would you do if you had stacks of money? Stacks of money, piles of money. What would you do if you had stacks of money? Ahmed Altras.
نعم يا أستاذ.
Yes, what would you do if you had stacks of money, piles of money, a lot of money?
I will
I will or I would?
I would go to the government to pay a money.
You would go to the government to pay the money, to pay tax? Thank you. Let's see, Muhammad Abd Hasib. What would you do if you had stacks of money?
Yes, teacher. If it enough, I would buy a house. I would donate some of the money to charities.
Very good. You are very
I would
generous, Muhammad.
I would set up my house if it
Good.
enough.
You would start a business. Good. Thank you, Muhammad. So Muhammad imagines that if he had stacks of money, he would build or he would buy a new house, buy a new car, or give some money to charity organizations. He would help the poor. He would start his business. So this is second condition. We are imagining that something is going to happen. Okay. The first word.
Stacks of.
Stacks of. Stacks of. Stacks of means a pile of objects. Typically, one is that is neatly arranged and organized. Here, the boy is carrying stacks of books in the school library. Stacks of.
Crazily.
Crazily means to a great degree. Crazily. I was crazily playing the computer the whole night. To a great degree. Crazily.
Dreadful.
Dreadful means very bad. Dreadful means very bad. Look at the weather here. The weather was dreadful. It was very bad. It was raining heavily and the wind is very strong. So the weather was dreadful. Overtake means to catch up with and pass while traveling in the same direction. Here, the blue car is trying to overtake the red car, and the green car could overtake the truck. He wants to pass the truck and travel in the same direction. So overtake means to catch up with and pass while traveling in the same direction. Overtake. Always check your rear view mirror before you overtake another car to avoid accidents.
Knockoff.
Knock off means to fall off after a crash. Knock off. The girl with the green jeep knocked off the boy. Knock off. To fall after a collision. The bus knocked me off my bike. Knocked off. K silent.
Recuperate.
Again.
Recuperate.
Means to recover from illness or exertion. So recuperate means recover or get over. It took me 2 weeks to recuperate after I broke my leg. Get over an illness. Monotonous. This is boring. I'm bored now. Monotonous, dull, tedious, and repetitious. Did you like the film? No, I didn't enjoy it. The film was monotonous. Look at the spelling here. It has 4 letter O. Monotonous. So it has 4 O's. The film was monotonous. It was boring. So these are the new words we studied today, and one of them we studied yesterday, emotive. Overtake, emotive, knocked off, recuperate, stacks of. Fill in the space with words from the list. Yes, Ahmed Karam.
It took me 2 weeks to after operation.
Operation عملية جراحية. So how long it takes you to recover, to get over after the
أستاذ
operation?
الكلمة التانية دي إيه يا أستاذ؟ الكلمة التانية إيه؟
Yes, emotive.
آه،
Amar Hamdi? Yes, choose Ahmed quickly, please.
emotive.
Emotive, no, thank you. Amar Hamdi.
It took me 2 weeks to recuperate after operation.
Yes, that's right. Recuperate means recover, get over. يتعافى يا أحمد. It took me 2 weeks to recuperate after operation. يعني بعد العملية الجراحية استغرق مني أسبوعين حتى أتعافى، أشفى من المرض. Okay. أحمد جمال ورداني. Number 2.
Do you usually work with these stacks of books in front of you?
Very good. Thank you. Stacks of. Yes, Muhammad Al Hasib.
Mickey's arm was broken when a car knocked him off.
Very good. Thank you, Muhammad. Ultras.
It's dangerous to overtake round a bend.
Very good. It's dangerous to overtake round a bend. كلمة overtake يا شباب معناها يتجاوز، يعني يعدي السيارة اللي قدامه. بالله خطر جدا انك تتجاوز في منحنى. It's dangerous to overtake round a bend. Okay? Thank you so much. Here, we are going to learn the difference between what? Formal letter and informal letter. Formal letter is a letter which is written right in essays or school essays, cover letters for job applications or emails and letters at work. يبقى الفورمال letter اللي هو الجواب الرسمي بيكتب في المقالات المدرسية أو في طلب وظيفة أو إيميلات أو في العمل. So this is a formal letter. You start with dear sir, dear madam, I'm writing to inform you. So you write the purpose of writing. في البداية بتكتب إيه الغرض من الكتابة. I'm writing to inform you. And you end the formal letter with yours sincerely, yours faithfully. You can call me if you need anything. I look forward to hearing from you. So these are some expressions or some phrases you can use when you write a formal letter. What about an informal letter? An informal letter used when communicating with friends, children, and relatives. الانفورمال رسالة غير رسمية تكتبها للأصدقاء للأقارب الأهل. You can say, hi, Robert, hi, Shadi, hi, Muhammad, just wanted to tell you no, just wanted to let you know. So you write what? You write short sentences or abbreviations. ممكن تستخدم اختصارات. Love, cheers, yours truly, best regards, kind regards. You can write best wishes from. Please do not or hesitate to contact me. You can write don't instead of do not. Hope to hear from you soon. دايما نستخدم اختصارات والجمل الاكتف مش الباسيف. What are we going to do now? You are going to read a letter. This letter, which is from a friend from an English-speaking country, had written to you. هنقرأ رسالة واحد من أصدقائك المراسلة شخصية إنجليزية وطالب إنجليزي كتب رسالة ليك. As you read the letter, match these summaries with the 5 paragraphs. He has written the letter in 5 paragraphs. كتب الرسالة في 5 فقرات. مطلوب منك تختار عنوان لكل باراجراف. The situation now. A final request. A description of the accident. A greeting, an apology, and an excuse. The result of the accident. So this is the letter. You can see here. This is the letter. And you've got here the paragraphs are numbered from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you are going to write here, you are going to write the number of each paragraph on the space here. Okay? You've got here 5 headings or 5 titles and 5 paragraphs. I'll give you 3 minutes to read the letter and match the headings with each paragraph by writing the numbers from 1 to 5. Start now. Ready, steady, go. Here, your friend Marcus. Marcus is an English student, and he has written a letter to you. Okay, you can write your name. Hi, Ahmed. Hi, Omar. Okay, and he has got an accident. He has a broken leg, and he is staying in bed in the hospital. He doesn't like watching TV because the TV programs are very boring, and so he's writing letters to his friends. Now, choose a suitable title for each one. Here, let's start the situation now. Which paragraph? Hassanin, yes. Which paragraph? The situation now.
Says paragraph number 4.
Number 4. Okay, we are going to check later. Okay, a final request. Thank you, Hassanin. Khalid Walid, a final request.
Paragraph number 5.
Number 5. Okay, Shahid Zakaria, a description of the accident.
Paragraph number 2.
All right. Yes, Ala Atif, greeting, an apology, and an excuse.
Paragraph 1.
Okay, Hani
Paragraph 1.
Samahi. Okay, the result of the accident, Hani.
Paragraph 3.
Paragraph 3. Okay, let's check here. Let's check your answer. I'm going to read the letter as quickly as possible and listen to me, please. Hi, how are you? Sorry I didn't reply to your letter. I've been crazily busy. This week I've got stacks of time. Why? Because I'm in hospital with a broken leg. I'll tell you what happened. I was going to school as usual last Wednesday on my bike. The traffic was dreadful. The bus I was behind stopped at a bus stop and people got off. I started to overtake the bus, but suddenly it pulled out. You can guess what happened next. The bus knocked me off my bike and into the middle of the road. Thank goodness I was wearing a helmet. Unfortunately, a car was coming in the other direction. It couldn't stop in time and it crushed my leg. Oh, my leg. The next thing I remember is waking up in hospital with my leg in plaster, gyps. I may be smiling, but it's still very painful. The doctor says I have to rest and recuperate for another week. It's so monotonous. The daytime TV programs are terrible, so I'm writing letters to all my friends. Please write soon and tell me your news. Hope you haven't been as unlucky as me. Bye, Marcus. So the titles. The situation now, 4. A final request, 5. A description of the accident, 2. A greeting, an apology, and an excuse, 1, as Alad mentioned, and the result of the accident, number 3, as Hani mentioned. Okay. Now, again, we are going to analyze the letter. عاوزين نحلل بقى يا شباب الرسالة دي. What shows you that this is an informal letter? اللي يوضح لك ان دي رسالة غير رسمية. What shows you that this is an informal letter? Think about verb forms. فكر في تصريفات الأفعال. Missing words الكلمات الناقصة أو الكلمات المفقودة. Particular words or phrases في عبارات أو كلمات خاصة. Punctuation علامات ترقيم. So what shows you that this is an informal letter? Think about verb forms, missing words, particular words or phrases, punctuation. Please read the letter as quickly as possible and answer this question. How do you know this is an informal letter? Amar Hamdi.
Contractions are used like sorry, hope you haven't, and also thank goodness. It is so monotonous.
Monotonous, yes. Good. Okay, thank you. What about Salim? Yes, Salim?
The short form of can.
Short forms. Yes, abbreviations. Yes, abbreviations.
Cannot.
Didn't, can't, I've, good, I'll, I am. Short forms or abbreviations. Contractions. Yes, I agree with you. What else?
I have answer.
Yes, Khalid Walid.
The verbs are active and the passive is more often associated and with formal English like sorry and hope you haven't. But describe but direct question and less formal style like thanks goodness thank goodness you can goes and it's so monotonous
Monotonous.
and
Yes,
trivial.
terrible. Thank you so much. Okay, let's check the answer again here for this question. So what shows you that this is an informal letter? Think about verb forms. Here, the verbs are active. The passive is more often associated with the formal letter. يبقى الجمل كلها أو الأفعال كلها مالها في الأكتيف يعني مبني معلوم. We do not use passive in informal letter. ما نكتبش الجمل مبني مجهول في الرسائل الغير رسمية. particular words or phrases العبارات اللي استخدامها للغير رسمية thank goodness you can guess it's so monotonous terrible missing words في كلمات ناقصة زي contractions are used الاختصارات some pronouns are omitted في بعض الضمائر حذفت ما قالش I am sorry قال لك sorry hope you haven't direct question phrasal verbs how are you phrasal verbs are often associated with less formal style يبقى نادر ما يستخدم ايه افعال وراء حروف جر غير بس كلمه knock off punctuation use of exclamation marks استخدام علامات تعجب اكثر استخداما في informal letter. Okay, so here this is the difference between an informal letter and formal letter. In informal letters, verbs are active, while informal, the verbs are passive. Contractions are used, some pronouns are omitted, sorry, hope you haven't, no contractions are used. فالرسائل غير رسمية الرسائل الرسمية اللي بنكتبها في الأعمال أو في المدارس أو في البيزنس مش نكتب اختصارات. We don't use contractions or abbreviations in formal letter. direct questions indirect question في الرسائل الغير رسمية للأصدقاء بنكتب أسئلة مباشرة how are you where did you go but indirect question you informal use indirect question I asked him I told him this is indirect question would you like to tell me can you tell me using phrasal verbs we don't use phrasal verbs we don't use phrasal verbs in informal letter informal words like and expressions thank goodness as Khalid mentioned you can guess it's so monotonous terrible. Now what are you going to do at home? You are going to write a letter to a friend telling him or her about a recent event. نتخيل دلوقتي احنا نكتب رسالة لواحد من أصدقائك داخل الصف. Useful language for writing an informal letter. ممكن تستخدم هذه العبارات اللي أو اللغة دي لكتابة الرسالة غير رسمية. So you are going to write an informal letter to one of your friends in the class. You are going to tell him about a recent event. تتكلم عن حدث مهم حصل لك مثلا an accident or a terrible situation موقف بشع مثلا you got up late and you didn't answer the exam or you didn't do your homework. Explain the event and express your feeling. How did you feel during this situation? You can use these expressions. You begin the letter with hi Shadi, hello Omar, dear Ahmed Samir. This is informal letter. You can start with hi. Ending a letter, that's all for now. Write back soon. Best wishes. Bye. Love from Hamad. Best wishes. Best regards. Yours sincerely is more formal when you write a formal letter. Decide what to tell your friend in your letter. فكر انت لازم تعمل ايه. You should make a paragraph plan. تعمل خطة للتقرير او الرسالة. You should have a paragraph plan. Decide what to tell your friend in your letter. Choose something that happened to you or somebody else or make up a story. ممكن تختار شيء حصل لك او حصل لواحد من اصدقائك او تختلق قصة او تألف قصة انت. يبقى ممكن تكون قصة حقيقية او قصة غير حقيقية او مؤلفة يعني. Plan what you are going to write in each paragraph. طبعا We don't write one paragraph in a letter. We should write or divide the letter into 4 or 5 paragraphs. Each paragraph should have a main idea. Make sure your story has a beginning, a middle, and end. So you should be creative. لازم تكون شخص مبدع. أنت بتكتب قصة لازم يكون القصة لها بداية ولها وسط ولها نهاية. So you should think about the elements of a good story. إيه عناصر القصة؟ The characters, the time, the place, the plot. الشخصيات اللي في القصة، المكان وزمان القصة، إيه تاني؟ الأحداث القصة. Okay, you should have the story should have a beginning, a middle, and end. You can end the story with a happy ending or a sad ending. ممكن تنهي القصة زي ما أنت عايز، نهاية سعيدة أو نهاية حزينة. It depends on your situation. Okay, and don't forget to use informal expressions like best wishes, hi, etc. Now write the letter using your notes. Make sure you use an appropriate beginning and ending. طبعا اختار بداية كويسة ونهاية كويسة مناسبة للرسالة الغير رسمية. Hi, dear Shadi, how are you? Thank you for your last email. I'm writing to tell you about an accident I had last week. Okay, and check your letter, exchange letters with another student. ممكن بعد ما تكتب رسالة توري رسالة لحمد، حمد يوري رسالة لسالم، تبادل رسائل عشان to get your friend's point of view, his opinion. Are there any mistakes or spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes? You have to exchange the letters with your friend and ask questions to find out more about the story. ممكن تقرأ رسالة بتاع زميلك وسأله أسئلة، هل في حاجات نقاط نسيها تفكروا بيها. So you can help your friend to check yours or your letter. So these are the words we studied today: crazily, dreadful, emotive, knock off, monotonous, overtake, recuperate, stacks of. Crazily. Driving crazily causes fatal accidents. Dreadful. We've had some dreadful weather lately. Emotive. My friends described me as an emotive person. Knock off. He hired a hitman to knock off a business rival. Monotonous. She thought life in the small town was monotonous. Overtake. Pulling out to overtake the car collided head-on with the van. Recuperate. The patient did not recuperate as fast as the doctor had expected. Stacks of. I have stacks of homework to do. So don't forget the homework I asked you here today. You can write your informal letter on a piece of paper, write your name, and you can send me your informal letter through the WhatsApp with your friend Hani, and I will present your letter in front of the class and discuss and show you the good points or the bad points in your letter. So these are the new words we studied today. Let's check your understanding for the new words. Let's do vocabulary exercise. Now, choose the correct word from A, B, C, and D. Read the first sentence and choose. Some words you didn't study, you are going to study later, but they are not related to the lesson. Would like to answer? Yes, Ahmed Karam.
Yes, teacher. It was sunny this morning until those clouds come and the sun didn't shine on more.
No more. Or anymore. Yes.
أستاذ يعني إيه
Describe the clouds. Describe the clouds. The clouds were dreadful, emotive, unreliable, homing.
يعني إيه
السحاب
أستاذ
توصف
dreadful؟
dreadful. This is a new word. This is what we studied today. It means very bad here. Look here. We've had some dreadful weather lately. So dreadful, describing what's the weather. So it was very bad. So Ahmed Karam, dreadful means?
Very bad.
Very bad. Thank you. Yes, Omar Hamdi, number 2.
When practice sessions become players lose interest and focus, become monotonous.
Monotonous, yes. So when you practice football sessions لما تكون في تدريبات لكرة القدم some sessions were or are boring. Monotonous means boring. Thank you. Muhammad Ahmed Abhasib.
The little boy is reading interesting book. There are high stacks of books on the table near him.
Thank you, Muhammad. Yes. Ultras.
Yes. We all worked hard in the next few days cleaning all the rooms and preparing the food.
Yes. How did you work? We worked very, 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 very hard. Give me another word which means very, 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 very. Extremely. Notably, crazily, illegally, briefly. So when we mean very, 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 it means which one? Yes.
No, not
Notably, no, no, crazily. Crazily means extremely. Thank you, Ahmed. Shadi.
He spent a month in the country recuperating after the operation.
Very good. Thank you, Shadi. Recuperating after the operation. لما تلاقي كلمة operation عملية جراحية يبقى recuperating يعني يتعافى، يشفى من المرض، فترة النقاهة. Yes. الورداني.
He spent the
continuous white line
in the middle of the road means you mustn't overtake.
Very good. Thank you. Muhammad Hamouda, last one.
The leader's speech was extremely emotive for the audience.
Excellent, Muhammad. Thank you so much. Okay, let's stop here. Thank you so much. Until we meet again tomorrow, inshallah. Goodbye and good luck.
Ustaz?
Yes, Khalid.